Hello, my name is Ravideep, and today my friend Utsav and myself will be presenting a lecture on ethics in machine learning and other domain-specific AI algorithm. Let's begin. Objectives. The current discussion at our session deals with moral challenges related to machine learning techniques and domain-focused AI systems. First, we will define machine learning before discussing why moral practices are essential during both development and utilization. This segment follows our overview of principal obstacles that include biases and privacy issues and lack of accountability before showing practical examples. The presentation seeks to both educate and activate the intellectual evaluation about AI application design practices which prioritize responsible usage. Moving on to the next slide. Background on machine learning and AI. The explanation of machine learning along with artificial intelligence. Before our analysis, we will define what AI constitutes and what machine learning represents in practice. AI, or artificial intelligence, represent machines that execute intellectual functions traditionally done by humans, including decision making and language interpretation. AI contains machine learning as its fundamental subdivision that trains computers to detect data patterns so they become smarter with each passing day. These algorithms exist in numerous fields that include both healthcare diagnostics and online recommendation systems. The implementation speed of these technologies in sensitive areas triggers substantial ethical dilemmas. Knowing how AI systems operate gives us enhanced capability to evaluate their dual advantages and drawbacks whenever their improper use creates damages for society and people. Why ethics matter in AI? The integration of ethics within artificial intelligence requires understanding of human interests. Both human life and human rights become vulnerable since AI systems start producing decisions about real human matters, thus making ethical oversight an urgent requirement. Algorithms with built-in biases use their programming to reject people with job and loan applications. The inability to view system operations results in models which AI experts call black box models, therefore making them difficult to question and fix. AI systems generate growing privacy-related problems because such technology depends on extensive personal data collection. Ethics exists to ensure that artificial intelligence is developed according to human values and rights standards. The systems of today require assessment to confirm their fairness, as well as accountability and beneficial use for all users outside developer and corporate groups. Common ethical challenges in machine learning. Multiple ethical issues emerge from machine learning as technology. The training data's social biases can establish duplicates that the algorithm implements to strengthen such inequalities. Hiring tools together with criminal justice systems have shown this behavior. Some machine learning models become too complex for their creators to demonstrate complete understanding of the processes that lead to their final decisions. The responsibility for errors made by AI systems remain unclear, as it extends to three different stakeholders: software developers, data scientists, and organizational management. Privacy becomes an issue because sensitive personal information found in training data exposes privacy concerns about consent, along with the potential misuse of information. There needs to be thorough design and deployment attention given to AI systems because of these significant issues. Let's move on to the case study 1, Compass in Criminal Justice. A practical instance of an algorithm in use can be observed with Compass, which American courtrooms employ for assessing criminal recidivism risk. Researchers identified racial prejudice because black defendants processed more risk than white defendants, regardless of their comparable profiles. The discovery of differential treatment in the system caused intense ethical problems regarding judicial fairness. Defendants and their defense lawyers faced challenges in verification because the decision-making procedure was designed with such limited transparency. Systematic discrimination flourishes from machine learning instruments which operate without proper ethical protections and minimal human supervision. Case study 2, Amazon hiring algorithm. Through the development of a tool based on machine learning technology, Amazon attempted to automate recruitment tasks. The system was thrown out after the business found out it detected gender bias against female candidates. The algorithm learned its evaluation methods from previously analyzed hiring documents that demonstrated historical gender disparity in the technology industry. The inclusion of phrases like "women's chess club" led resumes to receive lower ratings through this system. The situation demonstrates why turning based information into learning frameworks and neglecting to account for impartiality can create dangerous consequences. AI systems frequently extend current inequalities because their developers must conduct thorough monitoring and remediation processes when creating and implementing these applications. The information on regulatory and legal frameworks. Organizations, together with governing bodies, maintain active work to produce laws which handle AI ethical concerns. The GDPR functions within the EU domain to safeguard personal information while granting citizens a right to automated decision explanations. Under the upcoming AI Act, authorities define AI systems through specific risk rates they present towards society and human individuals. Engineers and developers can find ethical standards within frameworks produced by IEEE and ACM in addition to other regulatory and legal frameworks. The professional guidelines, together with legal frameworks, work to guarantee responsible AI development, yet the regulatory framework remains under development. These AI frameworks enable organizations to prevent legal challenges and deliver ethical, transparent AI applications. Responsible AI principles. Global organizations like the OECD, together with IEEE, have established various guiding principles for responsible AI application. The fundamental principle is fairness, that requires no discrimination between users and complete impartiality. Organizations must provide users and stakeholders with understanding capacity about their AI systems through transparency. AI system decisions must have an accountable figure who takes ownership, whether independently or as part of an organization. The last principle protects user data through systems that secure and preserve confidentiality. Every development phase of AI systems, including deployment, requires integration of these principles to establish trust toward the AI artifacts. Designing ethical ML systems. The process of creating ethical machine learning systems requires implementing technical operations in combination with organizational frameworks. Repeated bias audits should be conducted both on your data and models during regular inspections. New systems should always involve human monitoring for situations that require high-level decisions, including healthcare operations and criminal justice applications. Interpretable models should be used as a priority because they enable decision explanations to both users and regulatory authorities. Implementation of ethics needs to become a core element in all stages of project development, beginning with planning phases and extending through data collection and reaching deployment and monitoring phases. Implementing preventive measures will create trust for users, together with regulators and society at large, that AI delivers both fair outcomes and social benefits. And now, my friend Utsav will present the remaining lecture. And Utsav, please proceed. Thank you.
Ethical AI in healthcare. Healthcare applications utilizing artificial intelligence possesses the power to change diagnosis and medical treatments yet they create serious ethical dilemmas. Algorithms that carry bias have the potential to create wrong medical evaluations, particularly within monitoring patient groups. Diagnostics model requires extensive training on white patient data to avoid degraded performance when operating on individuals of color. The process requires complete clarity because patients, along with doctors, need to understand AI decision-making logic. Medical data requires strict privacy measures and patient consent because this information represents sensitive healthcare materials. Healthcare providers alongside medical institutions need to collaborate on developing AI tools since the preservation of safety, fairness, and trustworthiness in healthcare facilities remains their vital responsibility. Ethical AI in finance. Finance applications of AI technology serve to investigate fraud as well as the authenticate loan and recommended investments. These efficiency tools generate ethical concerns in their operation. Using biased data such as racial or a socioeconomic information will generate decisions that negatively affect customers with unfairness. Financial guidelines requires full disclosure about technical models, so developers need to ensure their model have explainable functions. Customers need to see the reason if their financial approval or denial occurred. The system requires constant auditing combined with ethical evaluation, so they abide by logical requirements and protect marginalized people from unfair financial outcomes. The AI ethics in education. The education field is incorporating AI thoughts, customized learning platforms, and automated grading systems, and other type of AI applications. Tools that use biased data as their foundation have the potential to strengthen educational biases, which benefit students from particular demographic groups. The gathering of numerous student-sensitive data point causes major privacy concerns within this system. Educational authorities and school administrators need to maintain open communication with their AI tools because they should be aware of how this system operate. Computer systems need to assist human beings instead of substituting for their judgmental abilities. Fair and equitable educational improvement remains the core objective the student need to achieve. The role of developers and data scientists. The development and data science field stands as the main point of contact for ethical AI development practices. Project participants need to identify ethical problems during their initial project development stages. The process demands researchers to inspect their data records while documenting their groundwork and acknowledging their model constraints upfront. The participation of diverse development teams allows members collaboration that discover moral vulnerability that close-minded teams usually overlook. AI ethics requires development at every problem project stage because initial implementation is the only possible way to achieve it. AI system behavior and fairness must be inspected through standard operational tests, combined with peer evaluation together with ethical assessment procedure. Corporate responsibility in AI ethics. Companies play the leading role in enforcing ethical standards related to artificial intelligence. Organizations should establish formal politics and conduct ethical training programs in addition to implementing AI review boards for internal governance structure. AI review boards act as organizational structures which monitors AI development and distribution throughout the enterprise. The public must obtain detailed information about AI systems, effect and particular regarding what data is processed, making AI implementation ethical serve both customer well and create beneficial outcome of commercial organizations. Businesses which maintain ethical principles develop superior reputation while lowering their legal exposure. Guide, they gain stronger public endorsement. Emerging technologies and ethical considerations. The development of AI technology delivers novel ethical problems to the field. General AI tools that include ChatGPT or DAL-E have capability to generate false information and deepfake while complicating matters surrounding truth and manipulation practices. People debate privacy concerns because of public space facial recognition system applications. Self-driving cars, together with other autonomous systems, encounter moral problems when encountering decision-making situations that result in death or life-threatening conditions. The growth of new ethical dilemmas requires ethical frameworks to develop actively while technology advances. The question before us today, should we or whether we should perform an activity since we have achieved the capability to do it. Challenging in implementing ethical AI. Implementing ethical AI systems proves to be a complex process that challenges system developers. A vital problem exists because countries lack standardized ethical guidelines since different nations use varying definitions of ethical behavior. Identifying and eliminating biases becomes complicated within extensive and interact big data collection. Better model accuracy usually leads to decreased transparency between black box and explainable results. The implementation of ethical initiatives encounters opposition from organizations that maintain speed and profitability above all else. The successful resolution of these problems depends on firm executive support together with teamwork across different disciplines and routine refinement of ethical procedures. Future of AI ethics. AI ethics is developing into structured proactive practices. The field of AI ethics has started to attract growing interest from partnerships between specialists and technology and ethics as well as law and sociology fields. Tech companies together with universities now provide AI ethics training for their employees in professional development curriculum. The technological development of explainable and fair AI system enables better user trust in innovative technological products. The awareness about how AI affect user has significantly increased as people are now questioning its impact. The growing social scrutiny of AI will establish basic standards which will determine the appropriate development approach for AI technologies. AI assumes whatever qualities exist in its underlying programming because it simply reflects its intended purpose. Ethical thought in AI development produces well-designed systems which minimize bias, but poor design mechanisms can intensify pre-existing biases and promote negative outcomes in human life. The ethical aspects of AI extend far beyond technological boundaries since they enter every area of AI application. The responsibility for AI development rests jointly on developers, businesses, and policymakers. We need to introduce ethical thought processes within every step of an AI development process. We can develop trustworthy AI systems benefiting everybody by having transparent AI structures alongside inclusiveness policies and maintaining a system of